Hey, what? Yo, who was that? ATL show coming live. People about the world. You know that we are still. We got ATL Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over for the ATL show.
Naya, what?
The ATL show's on. Duh. Get out! Get out!
Naya, it's supposed to be for adults only. It's supposed to be.
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T7, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit, that's fact. And there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay. I'm the best you ever catch, just spell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes with 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Even dead on the scene, since you wanna be actors. This the message. I'm talking over hills and places. The little feeling foggy, I'll be patient and waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one, just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team. Must be you ready to lose. The game, the street, the throne is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from the rappers. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL, ho.
Just-in-time accessories. We definitely have the bling and everything in between. Just-in-time accessories. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. You can find Tayama on Instagram at Tayama01 or Facebook Tayama Copeland or 954-873-6659 or justintimeaccessories@gmail.com or the website justintimeaccessories.com. Everything is only $5. All jewelry is nickel and lead free. You can find Tayama live on her page, Tayama Copeland. Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out.
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Good evening. Get in here. I tell you, welcome to the Anthony Brown Show, this segment that we call the ATL. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I just want to remind everybody, definitely hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe. Subscribe. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers, so go ahead and click that subscribe button. We appreciate it so much. Also, hit that like button, a thumbs up. That allows YouTube to expand our horizon and share our content with others. And if you comment below, we will definitely read your comments and respond to them accordingly live here on the air. I'm joined tonight by none other than the pain in my back, my neck, my side, my throat, my forehead. Just a pain. But I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. My brother from another, Mr. Legacy the Great.
Yeah, baby, ATL, ho, we in the building. We ready to rock this thing. You know how we do.
Oh, Lord. He is going through a midday crisis, y'all, so just pray for him. What's going on, my brother?
Oh man, just excited about the next few days. Getting ready to head out of town to support the love of my life, Anaya Kentrell Williams. She's having it's not a recital, but she's in a play. It's called Matilda Jr. And she's excited. Your niece is very excited, and just asking God to, have favor on me as I travel up and down this road to go support what means everything to me, my daughter.
So she's doing her acting debut.
Yeah, she's having her acting debut. Well, that's not true because her acting debut was for season 2.
Well, right, for the intro.
Yeah. So that's probably what prompted her to be able to, go ahead and do this thing right here.
So I was her inspiration.
What I'm trying to figure out, how the hell do you think you was the inspiration? I'm the one put that whole thing together.
Oh, is that so?
You and the camera crew did great editing work.
Right.
And the filming, that little thing right there, that concept, your brother did that. So don't try to take that from me and the great Miss Anaya Kentrell Williams.
So she's up there accepting her Grammy, her Emmy, her Oscar, Tony. She can't say, I want to thank Uncle Tony.
Of course, you're going to be there with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to go with me. They got to have 2 seats available for you.
Are you going to be the one that's screaming and say, keep my daughter's name out your fucking mouth?
No. I told her the day before we was talking, I told her, she was like, Daddy, you coming? I say,
Veronica.
Hey, lady, hey. So she called me about 2 hours ago, and she was just getting out of last minute rehearsal, as she said.
Yes.
And she was telling me, talking about, oh, Daddy, I gotta wear this makeup, and they gotta put me on lipstick and all this stuff. So I was like, who ass am I gonna have to kick tomorrow about putting all this on your face? She told me, oh no, Daddy, don't come here with all of that. Don't come here with all of that.
It's part of the acting.
Huh?
It's part of the acting. She got to get the character.
So I was like, hey, when you on the stage, I'm gonna be hollering out, that's my Naya Boo. That's my stinking butt. She told me, ooh, Daddy, please don't do that. You gonna make me have to break your jaw, old man. I said, oh my God.
Oh, she is hilarious.
Yeah, that thing is a mess, man. Like I try to, I said, and I say it all the time, especially for Tayama, I want her to, just enjoy the moment, especially with Moniece and Labira and Tyson. When I tell you, I don't know where 5 years have gone. Before the separation of me and Mama, she was 5 when they moved to Cape Coral. And she's 10 now. And it's like
it was yesterday.
Yeah, and part of me still holding on to this, and at the same time trying to prepare for the boy stage.
Because it's coming.
And I'm just asking God to give me the strength, because I don't even know if I can be prepared for it. I'm trying now to get my mind together, because my nephew was messing with me yesterday. Was it my nephew or was it? I want to say it was somebody that was messing with me about that boy stage that's gonna come.
See,
and
that's you're getting old. You can't remember things.
You're gonna shoot that at me?
But go right ahead.
Oh, okay. You see, that's another thing. I need to remember how boys were when I was growing up to make sure she don't,
And you know how bad you were, or is. So they're twice as bad now.
Yeah, I just want her to know, and eventually one day when she like 36 and she start dating, that
damn.
that, you know, there's some good guys out here, but I hope she mimics the guy that she chooses to be like her father, how her father presents men to be to her. I said to her.
Oh, okay.
To her.
Right, okay. Because everyone else, boy. Whew.
What is all that about?
That's another show, another topic.
We've already had that show.
Okay, that's the one we can talk about.
So yeah, before we go, so Tony. So I say, now your daddy got to get ready to get prepared for the show. She's like, oh yeah, tonight is Tuesday. You think I can chime in? I say, hell no. You need to be sweet.
Oh,
the little girl a mess, boy.
And yes, indeed. Speaking of girls and their fathers, I found this on YouTube. It says the girl posted, "My daddy, a deadbeat," and she tagged him so that it shows up on his page. His name is Travis Jackson. So his response to that, because he responded to it, Travis says, "I got 7 of y'all motherfuckers." That's first of all, 7 of y'all motherfuckers. He said, 7 of you MF, exclamation mark. You the only one that's pregnant, second baby, exclamation mark. Still fighting and bullshitting with your so-called friends. I'm not giving you shit when you still fucking up. So no, you are not getting a car to pull up on no fucking body, period. You the only one of my child still mine fucking up. So get your shit together. And then he tagged her name, Mimi Glocks. And tell your little friends I don't accept friend requests from children.
Well, with that, you know, it's like I always tell people, it's always 2 sides to every story. And obviously, she's either she's a young adult or she's an adult because she has
second baby.
She's on her second baby. And, you know, if he never replies to that, then we'll be left with, oh, he just don't care about his daughter. For him to take the time to reply back to that, it lets me know that he has been in her life. And she chooses to continually do hot girl summer shit, which is being pregnant, pulling up, fighting while you got a baby in you. You already got a child. I don't mind helping you, but you need to first show me that you're going to help yourself.
Right.
Because let me explain something to you. I got one daughter on this planet. I'm not going to just say that, but I got a stepdaughter. I love her too. My stepdaughter is the example. Her name is Quanisha Hill. She is the example of the type of daughter that I aspire that my daughter would inspire to be like. She's out. And I meant to put this out there today. Congratulations to her, Quanisha Hill, for getting her associate's degree. And I think it's communication or political science or something like that. She graduated in 2020. She's already got her associate's degree and she's still going to school now to get her bachelor's. I also want to give a shout out to my little niece, Sasha Williams. She lives in Atlanta. Her mother, Shannon Williams. The young lady we interviewed behind the scenes, Tony, my cousin, her daughter, she also graduated too last week. But we have to be responsible, young adults and adults, because we can't. It's not my job to take care of you all your life. I'm gonna give you the tools to be a productive adult in society. But the choices that you make, I have to also let you live with them as well. And I just don't believe, and that's just based off this little snippet of what's going on. I think he's a disrespectful father, but I think that he's a stern father because I don't call my children motherfuckers. I call them my children. So at that point, you have to understand that it's for him to reply like that. Either he just straight gangsterhood, or
frustrated,
he's to the point he's tired of dealing with this situation. And out of all his kids, he says she's the only one that acts this way. When are you gonna grow up, young lady, and realize you got children that now you need to raise? And regardless of what your father did for you at that time of you being a child, you have to realize that it's time for you to be an adult because you got one on the way and one that you're already setting an example for. So, so you know, when it comes to it, you know, I hope that people don't just take what the young lady said and run with it and try to condemn the man because she's not a child. She's fucking. She's making babies. She's bringing life into the world. So we have to sometimes stop pointing fingers at the parents and say, what are you going to do from this point now?
Exactly.
Because I'm telling you, I have a daughter. If Naya decides to become a parent early in her life, the things that her father is doing will do, and I am doing now, I won't do it for her anymore. That privilege goes to my grandchild now. So I remove whatever extra funding and all that type of stuff that I give you outside of the necessities that you need, and I pour that into my grandchild now because you decided to move from a child to an adult position. And when you move from a child to an adult position, that means you take on the responsibilities that adults take on.
Amen.
Because I'm sorry, fucking is an adult position.
Privilege.
So when people may say, "Oh, he wrong. That's his daughter. He still should." No, she needs to use condoms.
This reminds me of remember the show we had with a young lady that was in her 40s, got a baby daddy living with her who ain't working, but she's wondering why her daddy ain't doing nothing for her. Well, you got a whole nigga staying with you, ain't doing shit for you.
Yeah.
The children.
Exactly. And she was still blaming
her daddy.
She was still blaming her dad, but she didn't want to realize that the dad had already put you in a better position because you was homeless. He took his time and his money, his credit to put you in the children that you got with this broke ass, bum ass dude, and put you in a place so that you can survive.
Exactly.
If you're laying up with a man, what does that say, Tony?
Veronica said she agreed. Legacy.
If you're laying up with a man, that means that he should be bringing something to enhance or to help y'all take care of each other as a whole.
Hey, Paula.
Hey, Miss Paula. But people don't want to accept that responsibility because, you know, it's hard. It's hard when you have to look back at your life and realize that the mistakes that you made, baby, you was already struggling with one baby. And I'm probably not to be 100%, but I'm pretty sure that you having a hard time getting that baby daddy to do something.
Amen.
So how do you lay down and repeat this same thing again to bring in a child into, as hard as it is to live in this world now? Why would you lay down to bring another child into this world knowing that you can barely take care of yourself and the child that you got? Those are selfish choices and decisions.
That's what good dick do for you. How you doing? Welcome to the show, Juicy.
Blessings, y'all.
Jew Cake, you late? I'm docking you $50.
Take it on my check.
Before we go on, before we chastise Miss Juicy, I got a bone to pick with Miss Paula. Miss Paula, if you're still on the air, girl, I'm coming by your business probably this weekend, and if you're there, I'm gonna do the bump and push you over. I'm upset with you, Miss Paula. You posted this beautiful, delicious, succulent moist sweet potato pie, knowing I love your pies, and you told us something, this is what I'm having for dessert tonight, I want to just reach through the screen and grab a slice.
Miss Paula, when he come up there, hand him a diet pie and a diet lemon cake.
She said, what did I do? That's what you did, Miss Paula. You posted that sweet potato pie, knowing I ain't have no more in front of me.
Juke, you ain't had Miss Paula pie yet, have you?
No, I haven't had Miss Paula's pie.
Listen, that lady makes. Oh my God!
When you eat them pies,
not only her pie, but her red velvet and her lemon pie,
lemon cake.
Then she gonna throw it up in your face.
It was delicious. It was delicious.
She's just evil. She's just evil.
I know how Miss Paula got that man she got too.
Yes,
she done sweetened him up. Done got that man stuck on them sweet potato pies and cakes and stuff. Like it ain't nobody else out in the world that can make money.
Well, according to Miss Paula, that's half of how she got him.
Oh. So she has the other half of the Jew cake that Juicy left from on this side of the Mason.
Juicy got juicy cakes, and Paula got juicy cakes too.
Oh,
look. Yes, he likes my pie. I know that's right, Miss Paula. Bon appetit.
Oh, not bon appetit.
My shirt say I got those tasty cakes.
He eats my pie well.
I'm done. Put Miss Paula in the backstage.
Oh, she is with whipped cream. Miss Paula is a whole mess.
God, Miss Paula. Oh,
yes,
God.
That's Miss Paula, baby. I love Miss Paula.
Yeah, I do too. Miss Paula, let me ask you something. Do you make peach cobbler too at the shop?
That's what I need, peach cobbler.
Juke,
what's your shirt say?
I got those tasty cakes.
Oh,
but this was a comedian. Her name was Muka. She was in Missouri, in St. Louis, Missouri, at a deaf comedy show. So this is her shirt.
Miss Paula, I need you to make me and Anthony a small peach cobbler.
With or without the peaches?
With the peaches.
With the peaches. That's why it's called peach cobbler.
Some people don't. They just they don't like the fruit.
So it's just what?
They'll have the cobbler. You can parade it. It won't be the, But no, you can parade it too. You don't have to have the chunks of fruit in it.
That's the only way I want to eat. I like to eat chunks.
See, just juiced and crushed.
Now we want the peaches in there, Miss Cobbler. I'm to my Miss Cobbler.
Miss Cobbler.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Miss Paula, you got me thinking about this peach cobbler. Yes, we want the peaches.
So that's what I do. I puree it. I never had that. I'm gonna have to try it.
Well, Juicy, how was your day, sweetie? How was your day?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I went walking all over DC, Maryland.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Miss Tiama was on the road traveling this weekend, and she sent me this picture. And the gas price was $6.29 wherever she was. I said, "Damn."
And that's for regular?
That's a regular.
Yeah, that's regular.
The other one is $6.79. That is
Look, I went by Costco Saturday with somebody to get gas, and it was $4.29. Now the last time I got gas, I think it was like $3.89.
So it's creeping up there.
Well,
It
you
is.
know that West Palm Beach has the highest gas prices in the entire state of Florida.
Really?
Yeah, West Palm Beach
They
has the
always
highest.
be high too. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
in the whole entire state of Florida, West Palm Beach has the highest gas prices.
And I think the only places that were really kind of not that high was out there on Southern.
Well, you know they Southern always right there, like Cumberland Farm and
Yeah.
um racetrack. Well, yeah, racetrack and
Marathon.
huh?
Marathon.
Yeah, Marathon out that way. They always stay right in the range of being, right, pretty much the lowest in that area. But my cousin was coming from Belgrade today. They say, because you know it ain't that many gas pumps over there in Belgrade.
Mm-hmm.
They raping them over there. They raping them.
Hey, Mr. Williams, Remedy.
Blessings.
Okay. I wanted to share something with y'all. I gotta read it, but I'm gonna show you on the screen. It says here, this was from I don't know if y'all seen Jada Pinkett-Smith Red Table Talk, where she was trying to convince Aisha Curry to have an affair or to cheat on Steph Curry. And that's what this one says. Ever since Will Smith slapped Chris Rock after his wife, Jada Pinkett gave him a side eye. A lot of clips have resurfaced showing why Will has been miserable in his marriage for 20 years. Smith admitted his wife never believed in conventional marriage, so they spent a long time figuring out their relationship boundaries. He said Jada never believed in conventional marriages. Jada had family members that had an unconventional relationship. When asked by Michaela what would make him happy, Smith said, I would have a harem. Smith and Michaela thought up of 25 women for the group, but their names aren't revealed in the memoir. He did, however, specify that he wanted Halle Berry and ballerina Misty Copeland. The actor was initially excited by the prospect and promised to get in touch with the woman the next morning. Yet it soon dawned on him that the hair fantasy was related to his strained relationship with Jada. I guess I felt if I had enough women, I'd always be able to find at least one of them who liked me, Smith recalled in his book. If I can't figure out how to nurture and nourish one extraordinary woman, what the fuck made me think that I could care for 25? The old video from Red Table Talk shows Jada Pinkett trying to convince Aisha Curry to cheat on her husband, Steph Curry. This is the infamous season where Aisha said she wished she got more attention from other men because her husband wasn't enough. When it comes to faith, family, finance, and fame, 30-year-old celebrity chef and restaurant Aisha Curry has all those boxes checked. Yet, the Christian wife of NBA player Steph Curry has publicly expressed dissatisfaction over not receiving enough male attention from men that are not her husband, something she confessed during a recent episode of the popular web series Red Table Talk. Something that really bothers me and, like, honestly has given me a sense of little bit of insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like they're all the women like throwing themselves at my husband, but me. I don't have any of that. Like I said, or like I have zero, it sounds weird. But like male attention, explain Aisha. And so then I like to begin to internalize it. Lost my place. Hold on. I like to begin to internalize it. And I'm like, is something wrong with me? She added. Jada emphasized with the predestination because she's been in it herself. Jada spoke about her non-traditional thoughts on marriage and tried to plant the seed in Aisha that it's okay to get some outside loving. What do y'all got to say?
This is for me. I'm not gonna say Will has always been a simp, but Will is what we call hopeless romantic. And ain't nothing wrong with being a hopeless romantic who want to just give all his love, affection, and attention to one woman. And that's what he set his life up for, to, be with Jada because he loved her. And I'm going to be honest, at the time that Jada and Will got married, it was at the height of Will's career. He was just really starting to become the Denzel Washington type guy in the movie industry. He had done already dominated the sitcom industry with The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but the doors opened up for him to become a movie star. And at that time, Jada had done already, I think, made a movie or so, and she didn't really get the stardom that she wanted or she thought that she should have been getting. And instead of just being happy that she got one of the 1%ers in the world, she's always felt like that she missed out on the greatest love of her life, which was Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
So she's never been happy with being with Will, because the only reason she attached herself to Will at that time was because he was, how in high school cheerleaders always attach themselves to the football players or the basketball players, because to them, that's their way of possibly securing a bag if this dream keep growing. He make it to college, he make it to the pros, and that's my dream. But what she realized is men were respecting Will Smith, not because they was afraid of Will, they just respected their marriage. And that's the same with Aisha. You married superstars. You married a man who is probably, matter of fact, Stephen Curry is the greatest three-point shooter to ever be on a basketball court in any era of basketball. He's the greatest. They've already given him the trophy for it and everything. He has a baby boy face. He's very likable, and women would love to be in your position. You got a Christian man. You're not on here saying that Steph Curry is cheating on you. You're not on here saying that he don't support you. He don't be there for you. You're saying this man does not give me enough attention because he's on the road making a living for you guys, so that when he retires at 30-something years of age or 40, you have to do no work no more. You just travel the world and enjoy life. But because everybody is respecting, and this is how you know when men respect you. When a man respects the marriage, another man respects your marriage to where no men are trying to holler at your wife, it's because they respect the man and they respect his position. To say, oh, I ain't got no quarrels with Steph Curry. I like Steph. I wouldn't disrespect the man like that. But if they had a problem with Steph, then yeah, she probably would be, because another man just want to disrespect him and want to disrespect Steph, but that's not happening. So she feels like she's being lullabied by being his wife. But you would rather be rude awakened by being called a whore and stepping outside your marriage, then you'll feel like you got some clout. We got to learn to know when we have won.
Mm-hmm.
One of the hardest things I had to realize, I'm going to let Juicy do her thing, is I remember when I was facing 45 years. And I ended up fighting, and God had other plans for me. And it wasn't 45 years. I'm right here, right now. But they sentenced me to 3 years. And I remember my mama crying. And as I was getting ready to leave out the courtroom, she was crying. And I looked at her and I said, you better stop that crying. I just won. She didn't understand it till she came around the visitation. And I told her, I said, Mama, 3 years is way better than 45. I'm finna come home so I can see the light. There is no light at 45.
You still would have been in there.
Right, because I'll still be doing it right now. So people just got to understand when they won. Even though it may hurt sometimes, like my position, I didn't want to go back in the annex and go back to jail, but I knew that one day soon I was coming home. So I could accept that. People just love to look a gift horse in the mouth. You got it, Juicy.
Yeah, as much as you talk, there ain't nothing else to say.
Say what?
You know, as much as you talk, there is nothing else to say.
Well, just go and put that Juicy spin on it.
I want to believe.
Hi, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
I want to believe that it's staged, it's scripted, and that was something she was told to say for views and likes of the show. Because it's whomever said it. It's ridiculous for a woman to feel that insecure, to me, that they want to be disrespected. So, but I do understand the mental illness behind insecurity, to where it's not ridiculous. It's very sad. If Jada encouraging her to do something instead of seeing it for what it is and being a friend or being whatever she's supposed to be, that's sad. That's awful. So both are two beautiful women. I don't want to put any women down because that's sad.
Well, what would you have done, Jada? What would you have done, Juicy, had you been in that same situation that Jada was interviewing you, you was married to Steph Curry, and she's trying to convince you to step out?
If I was, Jada was trying to convince me.
Yeah, so Steph, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Miss Paula says, that's what I was saying. Why would she say that to Jada? Good question.
Right. And so Jada's not all the way in the wrong for saying, encouraging her to do what she's in her heart. That's her lifestyle. That's what she sees as a relationship. So if you're coming to someone who believes in that it's okay to do this, that's the way you're going to be guided. So that's why I say it ain't that, but it's sad that it is, because Jada, as a woman, look at that and can hear, like Legacy said, you married to Steph Curry.
You won.
Who gonna come for you? Right. Know when you on your throne.
I don't understand some women.
And so at that point, it's like that. I don't. And even if it ain't Steph Curry, you're married. You chose to be with. So
But
know when you're on your throne.
Juicy, Tone, let me ask you something right quick. Is it just, it's like she knows she has 2 children from the guy. They live in California. She knows right now let's say Steph is worth $300 million because he done signed like his rookie contract wasn't that big, but his next two contracts were like hundreds of millions of dollars. So he's worth about $250 to $300 million. It's like she's moving toward divorce. And Ms. Paula say, doesn't she have a cooking show that should keep her busy? Ms. Paula, but that's not what she wants. Yes, she may have it. She obviously we know she has everything because financially she's not struggling.
For nothing.
But
She can have whatever she wants.
but what she's doing is because she is not the focal point of the relationship. Nobody is, oh, da 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 da. It makes her feel. Let me tell you, if she wants to be Gabrielle Union, she wants to be Gabrielle Union. She wants to be Gabrielle Union the way that Gabrielle Union dominates Dwayne Wade, and she wear the pants and he wear the girdles and the skirts. She wants to be Gabrielle Union, and I can't call her a Christian woman when you yourself sit up and think about being with other men, when you got a good guy. Because one thing about y'all women, I can say, if y'all are being mistreated, y'all don't have no reason. Y'all don't hold back. Y'all say a nigga ain't no good. He out here doing his thing. You're not saying that about this man. You're saying this man does everything good. And this is why I always tell y'all, nice guys finish last. She's a prime example to prove it.
Hey, Shazare, Miss CC.
Nice guys to finish your man. And right now, if that woman filed for a divorce, that lady takes half of this man's fortune.
But wait, if she cheated, she's supposed to get half.
But she haven't. We don't know if she have or haven't. She hasn't said. She's saying these are the thoughts that run through her mind because men do not approach her.
Wasn't she cheating with that somebody? I don't know. Because I don't watch the news. It might be somebody else that I'm thinking of. I don't know. So look, that's beyond allegedly. That is nothing nobody think about. Let me take it all back. Why stay married if all you're going to do is to keep cheating on each other? Why not get a divorce? Just separate. Life is too short. Veronica Ortiz.
Miss Veronica, I want to address this. Oh, when men decide to get married, men are not the primary individuals that are asking for divorces in the United States of America. Women file for divorce 80 to 20% of the time more than men. So if I can go ahead and marry somebody who's a 6-7 figure person, all I got to do is have a baby. I'm going to be taken care of for the rest of my life because the income that I'm going to get for this child alone is going to be enough to sustain me. It's people out here living off of $29,000, $30,000 a year. Some people $15,000, $18,000 in the United States of America. So you getting a check from a 6-figure, 7-figure man for one child, probably run where he have to pay you about $40,000 to $50,000 a month in child support. So I'm pretty sure you can live well off of $50,000 a month.
Amen.
And you talking about what? 50,000 times 10, that's $500,000. You looking at living off of what? About maybe a little bit over $1 million a year. You looking at about $700,000 a year in child support alone. So, and I'm sorry to say this, but men have to wake up too and realize that I'm sorry. If I become a millionaire, I'm staying regular. I don't have to have an IG model by my side because I don't want nobody to run off with my money when I drop a load off for you. You talking about you pregnant? The baby gonna have to have a DNA. I'm gonna need to make sure you ain't no alien and all of that, because I can't have you walking off with my money talking about irreconcilable differences, but I got a baby from him and he's still gonna take care of me, and I'm gonna spend my money on the next. You gonna spend my money with the next nigga? You crazy there, bitch? I'm Ray Caruso.
You'll show
You
up
go
somewhere.
who? You'll do what?
Ray Caruso. You know,
You'll
Ray
show up.
Caruso was that NFL player that got that girl pregnant, and he wanted to keep the baby, and she was talking about she was gonna have it. He killed her. He had her killed. Yeah, I'm a Ray Caruso.
Mike, please. I know, Paula. No.
Let's go to move on. I wish you the best out there, Steph. You're a good
May
guy.
she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. Whatever the blessed lady's name was.
Listen,
Oh
this is
my
my first time connecting to Twitter. I'm gonna try to play this Twitter video. But before I show the video, let me show you the clip that brought it forward. Pastor Jamal Bryant, a successful pastor out of Atlanta, Georgia, he's looking at a lot of backlash. Read the heading there for me, Juicy.
Pastor Jamal Bryant is facing backlash after questioning how Kevin Samuels could tell a woman she can't attract a higher powered man, but had a GoFundMe for his funeral. I mean, I say it too.
So what we're gonna do is hold on.
Remedy said, check if we get married and we have a baby and you become a millionaire. Now I want you for all your money. Just make sure when we separate, so whatever difference it is, you make sure that I ain't worried about me. Just take care of your child.
Okay.
Miss Remedy, I don't know who you talking to on that text, but it's if a woman is genuinely loving a man, she ain't married him for his money. She married him because she loves him. Right. But if you, it's like, it's sad to me. It's like, how do people not see it? Are you really that blinded by the penis being sucked on? Are you really that blinded by her beauty to where you can't already tell that this woman don't want you? She's in this for the bag. Come on.
But if you're enjoying it and it's what you're wanting and what you're needing, then it's not she's in it for, she's giving. So what determines how can these people necessarily determine? You was talking in general and I was talking in general, so don't do that, Legacy.
Miss Remedy,
we're gonna move on.
So
we're gonna move.
I got my bell. We can ring my bell.
Get it one time, Juicy.
Ring my bell, my bell.
But here's a video from the Twitter. Now, like I said, so to go more in detail exactly what Pastor Jamal Bryant said, I'm going to play a clip from his video, and also I'm going to play a clip from Kevin Samuels prior to his passing. Let me see if like I said, be patient with me. It's my first time working Twitter into our segment. Hold on.
Of low value after 35. Of low value after 35. How can a man say that you do not have the level of traction of a high-powered man when that man has got to get a GoFundMe for his funeral?
Most men will tell you that the church has become a cult of personality, all about the ego of one person. And if you will sit down and talk to many pastors, I have gone at it with some pastors who I'm like, you ain't nobody but a man. You just a man just like me. You went to seminary. Some of y'all went to seminary, but so what? The micromanagement of the typical pastor today runs the competent men out. Most pastors cannot stand to have strong, competent men in places of power and leadership around the modern church because it challenges their authority. You're trying to get increasing money from a decreasing membership. You're trying to get increasing money from women. That's why you got pastors that are threatened by the rise of platforms like this, because we're the end of the day. It's not ending your bottom line. And I'm telling you, how you can end up increasing your bottom line is by bringing men back into the church. Because you can't keep telling men to keep throwing money into the building fund and we don't see no building. That's just not how it's going to work. But here's the other side. If you don't do this, eventually you're going to lose the women anyway, because they're in church to find a husband. That's why they're in church. The women in church to find a husband. I don't know who told you. These women in church to find a husband. And they're looking around and Boaz ain't there for Ruth. That's one of the first places you used to tell people to go to church to find a husband. You can't find a husband for the men that ain't there. All you see in the church right now is women and children and baby boomers and late generation ex-married couples. You don't see young married. When's the last time your church on Saturday was booked because of a wedding? You want to get a shot at men? Let men understand you're doing something different with women, and you're facilitating an area to where reclaimed men and reclaimed women have an opportunity to mix and mingle. Put real money into that and make sure that the women are worthy of what you say that men should be.
Amen. I feel that the pastor should have, if he don't have no preaching prior to Kevin passing, saying this man shouldn't say this to y'all and whatever, he don't need to be saying that now. No one should. Because at the time when he was alive and he could have spoke back.
Thank you, Juicy. I'm gonna say this.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm sorry, I was muted. I was just talking and you was nodding your head to her. I thought you was nodding your head to me.
I was muted. I was muted too. I was letting Juicy talk.
Yeah, I was muted. But what I was gonna say, I think this.
Could y'all hear me?
Yes, we heard you. But y'all heard me because I was muted. But
okay.
Here's my opinion. I think Jamal Bryant. Don't get me wrong. I like Jamal Bryant. Me and Jamal Bryant go way back. We've met several times. We've even had conferences and everything. He's allowed me to use some of his material on my YouTube channel without charging me or YouTube striking me or anything. So we've had a business relationship as well as, a cordial. I've seen him a couple of times when he's come in town and preached at different churches in the neighborhood. I attended and then met him backstage because he remembered who I was or who I am and everything. So I'm cool with the guy, and I like his ministry, and I like how he teach and preach. It captures my attention, and I can pay attention, where some preachers put you to sleep. He don't. He captures my attention throughout the whole sermon. But
does his ministry uplift, like Kevin was saying, and are redirecting these women to being what Kevin is saying?
He does, yes. He does all.
So that he can speak on it.
Right. He does, and he does a lot. Trust me, he does a lot for the community. I've seen him, help single mothers, single parents with children going back to school, not just high school, but also college, paying tuition off, getting men out of prison, out of jail. Jamal Bryant's ministry has done that. So like I said, so he's done a lot for the community. But where I'm going to say on the flip side, where I think he was wrong, like Juicy said, if you're not preaching on him or saying anything about him while he was living, then don't wait until he died to now seek clout or an opportunity to get exposure. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing for sure, two things for certain is about Jamal Bryant is although he's a phenomenal pastor, preacher, and teacher, he's also a clout chaser. He's gonna get his 15 minutes of fame, his limelight, his exposure, his camera. So he's gonna do that. But in doing all of that, he's also developing more exposure for his ministry and for his church and all that. So maybe his direction was a little wrong, but maybe he had the right intention, but he just went about it the wrong way. Maybe, I don't know. But that's just my opinion on Jamal.
I want to say this. Everybody, and I've been watching Kevin for about 2 years. Jamal, you had a chance because the man had an open platform for anybody who felt that they didn't like what he had to say to challenge him. And guess who only stood up? Women. So to me, you're a coward because you never opened your mouth to say anything about what this man had to say openly the way that you did it to where it can be seen across the world on social media. You didn't do it. So that makes you a coward. Legacy the Great said you're a coward. I hope you see this. Come check me. Now, the rest of the stuff, Kevin Samuel was not telling women that at 35, you ain't shit. That's not what that man was telling women. Kevin Samuel was saying, at 35 and 40 years of age, you're out here talking about you're holding yourself for this and for that, and you've already spoiled over 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 kids. So the value of a woman your age compared to the younger
Never
women
diminishes.
It does. At a younger, now your competition is the younger women that are coming up behind you. So why would a man who has higher value with your age and with your body starting to break down, with all the stuff that you've already been through? And I'm not basing this saying all women in like that. I'm not basing that saying all women. But what I'm telling you is what he was saying is you can't hold yourself saying that a man has to have these criteria and this when you're bringing this much baggage along with you. When I can go and get a Bentley, a 2022 Bentley, and you're 01 Bentley. Yeah, the value of your 22 Bentley compared to the 01 Bentley decreases. So therefore, he's not saying that you ain't shit. He's just saying stop putting yourself as your 22 Bentley when you're not. Stop saying that the blue collar man that wants you and love you and want to be with you ain't enough for you, and that you deserve a high value man when you don't have a high value pussy.
Oh my.
Listen, the world can prepare for me, Legacy the Great, because I am going to be the next great Kevin Samuel. Prepare for it. I'm coming.
And on that note, let's go with the question of the day.
Question of the day. What is your plans of action should someone break in your home? Well, to me, it's based off of where the person broke in at. Because if it's just me in the home, I'm pretty much together in the area where I'm sleeping at. But when you have children and they live in different parts of the home or sleep in different parts of the home, you're kind of at a disadvantage. Because if you're trying to protect all of them, it's going to be a bit hard. So you have to make sure that you got a great alarm system to protect the home. You need to make sure that you have your children. And I mean, it's kind of hard because it depends on, most children are sleeping hard, you know, unless they're up playing video games or texting on their phone or iPad or something. But outside of that, you just got to make sure that you can get your kids safe, or you need to get directly to where your children are located to set where the ground is where everything is gonna take place at, because you don't want it to be more than one person breaking in your home, and your kids are scattered abroad in the home, and somebody make it to one of your children's room while you're defending the house, and now they got you at a disadvantage because once they put that gun to your child head, you more or less subject to put your gun down, and now everybody's gonna die. So the best plan is to try to, make sure that you have an alarm system to where it alerts the police, from, dealing with, have motion detection around your home, have it to where your home outside the house lights up very well when people are coming around your home. And that's pretty much the best way you can. And unless you got a fenced in yard and you can have some great guard dogs or something that roam around the property prior to, because I think that should always be the first line of defense, being able to guard your front door. And my auntie in Georgia has 2 Rottweilers. In the daytime, they're in the home, but at nighttime when it get dark, that's when they go out. And you can't come in that gate. So, I tell especially women, get you a trained dog, that when you come home, he or she, as far as the dog wise, is trained to just do nothing but monitor your yard. And, show love and affection to it, the way the dog becomes, loyal to you. But if you can have a trained dog trained for you to where children can be around that animal, but after children go in, you got your dog out at night, he or she as a dog knows that I'm here to protect. And most people having a dog that's kind of vicious or look very vicious deters people from breaking in. And if you really find somebody who broke in your house like that and got past your dog, that's somebody that knows you.
Right.
That's somebody that knows your animal.
I agree with you 100%. That's what I was gonna say. Definitely get start in the yard. Get yourself, 2 or 3 guard dogs, whatever breed you choose, but definitely get you 2 or 3 dogs. And like I said, nighttime, either have them out or let them free in your house. So anybody that come in, because I know like certain dogs. For example, like I said, Doberman Pinscher. I know like Dobermans, they'll let your ass come in the window and watch you and stay quiet, but you ain't going out.
No, sir.
You're not going out. They're gonna let you come in, they're gonna watch you, and then they're gonna attack your ass once you get in. Now you're on my territory. So
I got you.
Let me do what they trained me to do, and that's tear your ass out the frame.
Oh man, Tony, let me tell you something. I think like we totally agree the same on that. Dogs are wonderful, and people put a bad rep on big dogs like that. Dobermans, German Shepherds don't have a bad name, but they're vicious. But Pit Bulls and Rottweilers, they automatically assign those dogs to black males. And if you have those dogs, they consider you dangerous. And people don't realize that your animal takes the personification of the person that loves it. And get you a dog, like I say, but you want your yard to be protected by something big. Because I'm sorry, most people, it's good to have a little chihuahua because I got one and barking and all that. But when it comes to protecting, you want something that when he bites down on you, you bit. Not nibbled on, bit. And also, if the person breaks into your home, do everything you can to kill him and not let him or her back outside your home. Because if you shoot a person in their back and it looks like they were fleeing, it puts you in trouble.
Right, because you was at no harm.
Yeah, that time he was trying to get away from you, or she was trying to get away from you. So at that time, the law would switch and change on you and make you wrong. So if that person trying to get away, gun them down and never let them leave the door and drag their ass back in. Because at that time in the state of Florida and most states that I know of now, you don't have to, you don't have to be afraid in your place. You don't have to retreat at all. That's why the stand your ground law is here. Because I'm not using the castle doctrine and you in my house and I ain't invite you in.
I hear that. I know that's right.
Because I'm telling you, if you on my premises and I feel like it's a threat, I'm subject to shoot myself and say you shot me with your own gun. And this is why I did this to you in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Kill you, then shoot myself and make sure that, it ain't too bad. It grazed me, but I got you. You ain't coming back because I can't afford to have you come back.
Exactly. I'm waiting for Juicy to come back. Take down her avatar and I'll bring her back on. So we got to see her beautiful face. But I'm going to go ahead and put up a commercial and then we're going to move forward.
You see them logs looking right on your brother.
Yes, I see your hair is looking rather nice.
Thanks to Tayama Sweetness, Tyson Mama. Thank you, girl.
No problem. Juicy just sent me a message. I see it backstage. Okay, no problem. No problem, Juicy. Take your time.
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the ATL as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli.
They weren't loyal to you. They were loyal to the opportunity. And a person who does not understand the value of loyalty will never understand the damage of betrayal. This is how we get hurt. We confuse loyalty with attachments. There is a massive difference with somebody who is assigned to you versus someone who's attached to you. Somebody who is assigned to you helps you complete tasks. But those who are attached to you only want to benefit from the task that you have completed. They don't view you as a person. They view you as a purse. People don't abandon what they want. They abandon what they were using. But I'm loyal. I'm a rider. Everybody is willing to ride while you're in the yacht. But who is going to row with you in a crisis? Loyalty does not require lights or eyes because it is a heart posture. It should not require my presence for you to be loyal. Loyalty is when you have my back behind my back.
I know that's right. I just want to remind everybody also that I am definitely a notary public here in the South Florida area. So if you're in need of a notary public, a loan signing agent, or someone that does fingerprints, definitely reach out to me. I'm Anthony Brown. You can find me on my website is www.notarypublicwpb.com. That's as in West Palm Beach, notarypublicwpb.com. I do all sorts of legal documents as well. I do healthcare surrogates, living wills, general power of attorney, regular power of attorney, living trusts. So definitely reach out to me again. I'm Anthony Brown, and you can find me at notarypublicwpb.com, or you can call me at 561-768-3710. And also, if you're in need of stylish glasses, eyewear, definitely go on over to www.VOOGUEME.com. and use promotion code Auntie A. Receive a 15% discount on your glasses. That supports Auntie Adrian. She frequents our show. What are you waiting for? Get yours today. And if you missed our last show, the last episode was our women expectations realistic? What do women want from men? So definitely go over there and watch that show. That last episode was a thriller. It was a great topic. We may even have a part 2 and 3 because it was so juicy. Kind of like juicy cakes. But if you're just tuning in for tonight, we're gonna let you know that again. Tonight's topic is mental illness, black versus whites. Is there a difference? And I had a video, but I can't seem to find the video. Or it's a video clip now. But basically, what the video clip was, it was a pastor comparing the mental illness or whenever there's a situation that happens out in the community, like this shooting that's going on in California, the shooting that's going on in New York, all this killing that's going on. But when the person that's doing the shooting or standing behind the gun is of Caucasian persuasion, they will always want to say it's mental illness. How was he or she raised? What was the mental capacity of this person? What was the dynamic? What was going on in their brain? But as soon as there's a black person, a brother of color, a male or female of color, then it's their hoodlums, their thugs, their misfits, gang members. It's just all violent. So that's why I asked the question: is there a difference between black and white when it comes to mental illness? And right now, the month of May is Mental Illness Awareness Month. So let's talk about it. Is there a difference?
It's crazy to me because I think it was the day I heard about the shooting in, where was it, in the grocery store?
Yes.
And it's amazing to me how this white man was escorted out alive. He was.
So
wasn't
do
he?
you mean is there a difference in how we're treated
Of
for our
course.
mental illness?
Not treated so much of meaning outright, not like treatment, but treated when it comes to mental illness, as far as how we're done. Like, that this is true. This just happened this week. I don't know if you heard about it, Tony, but it was a gentleman that was just killed at the school. Well, anyway, as a friend of mine, that woman, her name, I
think I did hear something about it.
Well, her son, I know the mother of that guy, and I know him, and he had mental illness problems. The day before he was killed, he was just admitted into Palm Beach Gardens Hospital, and he was asking for help. And they let him stay there about 3-4 hours, and they released him. He had already had a mental breakdown, and they released him. And when they released him, he was okay for a few hours, and then he had another mental breakdown. And so
the police killed him?
Yeah, they shot him in the schoolhouse. And he actually was on the property of the school where he worked at. He was an art director. And the police was chasing him, and he made it into the school, and they killed him inside of the auditorium where they do all their theatrical plays and things at. And
what were they chasing him for?
For whatever, he hadn't committed a crime other than somebody had reported that he was having a mental breakdown. So
I'm just saying, what pertained for him to be killed?
The police said he was acting erratically, and that this is what they say, that he was acting erratically, and one of them shot him in the chest and killed him. And
running is erratic.
Running at them.
If they're chasing him, how is he running at them?
He ran into the school. He burst into the school gates with his vehicle. Then when he got out of his vehicle, He ran into the auditorium where there were other kids. They killed him in front of kids. So their angle of them saying is when he charged, this is what they say. Nobody knows what happened in there but the kids and the police. But the police are saying that he charged them. And they're going to use that angle to say they had to do something because they didn't know what he was going to do to these children. So they went on ahead and killed them. Nobody's lost their job. Nobody's under investigation. And then the worst thing that could be said was,
and this was a black man.
This was a black man who hadn't hurt nobody. But we just seen a week ago, or maybe a few days ago, where a white man went into a supermarket and killed 10 people. And they brought him out in handcuffs.
He started in the parking lot from what I read.
But this ain't the first time. Almost every Wild Wild West white boy that go in and kill people in mass quantities are brought out in handcuffs. When the dude who was doing all that killing down here in Parkland brought out in handcuffs. White folks in the movie theater, white guy brought out in handcuffs. Black person having a mental breakdown, brought out in a body bag. So there only white people are given passes for having mental issues. Black folks are crazy and deranged, and they need to be put down. And it doesn't matter what age it is of the individual. All they need to do to bypass any criminal procedures as a police officer is to be able to go back and look and see if you've had a criminal record. If you have had any criminal record, it exonerates them. Because if I'm telling you as a mother and a father, and this is what we have to stop doing too as black people. Stop telling the police your child has a mental issue. Because what you are doing is giving them a pass and a reason to judge your child and deem that individual dangerous. Once you give them that mental illness pass, all they got to do is get that person by themselves and say you attacked them. And you dead, and ain't nothing gonna be done. Your criminal history, if you got anything of violence or anything that talks about restraining orders or anything like that, you're subject to die as a black man.
That's so sad.
The teachers who work with this individual at the school that I'm talking about came out and said that he was knocking on the doors asking them for help. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me, asking for help. But he couldn't get into none of the classrooms. He wanted to get around others so that they couldn't kill him. But because the students, when I tell you they're already out here in Palm Beach trying to get the kids not to say nothing, they're already doing it. Because the only people know it went on is the children that was in the auditorium. And no, we don't get that mental health. Let's get us, okay, we got him cornered off. Let's get a mental health specialist out here and see if we can talk him down. They didn't find any weapons. He didn't have any weapons. Why did he have to die?
Right.
You got tasers. You got non-lethal bullets that you can shoot in the leg and take him out. You can do all those other things. But we have to retrain our police departments because the same tactics and measures that you use to bring these white murderers out of buildings without them being killed is the same methods that you can use to bring our black brothers and sisters, brown, blue, whatever color you want to call them, home and being able to give them a fair trial. you're not the judge and jury.
That's true.
All you have become is a legalized executioner.
That's a shame.
You know, there were like 4 mass shootings over this weekend. White shooters. There was another black guy who got killed, not the teacher that you were speaking of. Let me see. Hold on. Didn't I send it to you, Tony?
You just sent me
The other day?
picture. No,
No, like the other day on Messenger.
No, the picture that you just sent me, I'm trying to get it over there so I can download it and bring it up. Also, give me one.
Okay. And then I also looked up, we've had over 200 mass shootings this year.
Okay,
But Juicy, how many times have you heard about these mass shootings? You know why you haven't heard about that many mass shootings? You had to look it up. Because the gun people, the what is the NAR, what is the gun control people who make these guns and stuff, they pay to have this type of stuff to be quieted down. If you want that information, you have to do like what you just did, Juice, and looked it up. And I think people need to have a mental evaluation. And I ain't talking about no 10-day evaluation.
There you go, Juicy.
There was let me see if you can send to get this other one. Hold on.
These were the people that was killed at the grocery store?
Right.
Yes.
But guess what, Tony? The gentleman that was doing that shooting had on bullet.
Let's see if you can get that one right there.
He had bulletproof body gear. So when that officer was shooting him, it wasn't hurting him. Where do you get bulletproof body gear? Where do you get the money to buy bulletproof body gear to go in here and do this type of stuff?
Well, that gentleman, from what I heard, I mean, he's like part of a following. He's following a program. So there's funding in programs.
Exactly. But who holds that type of money?
So a friend of mine on Facebook, she said they compared it to Charles Manson and how he was found guilty and held liable even though he didn't kill anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever is creating this replacement theory, I don't know his name. She said it. I could look it up again. But why isn't he even being held liable for these mass shootings that are all coming underneath the replacement theory? You know what the replacement theory is?
No, what is that?
So they're saying that blacks are going to be taking over. You know, what's on top, on the bottom going to be on top. And they don't want it to take place. So in order to prevent
I heard
our
that.
rise,
I heard that, but I didn't know what it was called.
They're taking us out, and we're to replace them. And so when you're looking at how we're stepping into office, we're taking positions and being in the seats and the CEOs, everything is flipping. We've got black women owning Hilton hotels, and just the whole genre of life is changing. So we're replacing.
Go ahead and talk about this, Juicy.
Right. That's the one I was talking about. But I couldn't tell me when I saw that on the internet. It didn't say the person's name, but he apparently was killed Friday.
It says he was unarmed, having mental health crisis, shot and killed by police on Friday. I think that was the person that Legacy was talking about. Whereas the person next to him was the one that killed 10 people and is still alive.
Yeah, that's him. That's him right there.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
But let's be real. That's not the first man, that white person that's been doing mass shootings, and they brought him out alive. Parkland, a boy went into school and shot up the entire school. They showed where the police officer that was on the staff, where in Parkland, the white officer ran out of the building himself. And they asked him why you didn't stand and fight him, like I can't beat all them bullets. But guess what? The little young white boy was brought out alive.
Is that the one they took to the fast food restaurant and bought him something to
eat? Yes. They took him to eat before they took him to jail. Listen, I'm just gonna tell y'all something. I think a lot of these things are orchestrated by our government. And I think a lot of this stuff is done to, they get these individuals to do it. The reason they don't bring them out dead is because they already done promised them that, yeah, you're going to have a trial. Yeah, this is going to happen. But you're not going to never go to prison. We're going to put you somewhere where you may not be able to see or talk to your family no more. But you ain't going to be in jail. And it's just crazy that, we sit around here, oh, this shouldn't be. I'm going to tell y'all something. These folks don't make movies for no reason. There is going to be a time that's coming. I hope it's not while I'm here. Where, that movie they got called The Purge? That's going to happen.
You keep saying that. Rebuke, rebuke, rebuke. But even what you're saying about with the government orchestrated, I feel a lot of ways, so many ways that they're attacking us as a people, our integrity, who we are. We are being, as a culture of people, we're rising. We're doing different things. We're taking trips. We're getting more culture, more humanities in our life, and we're rising up. So to sit here and use Steph Curry and his wife, who is like a model marriage and relationship of how much he supported and loved his wife and his children and was there, and then here, bam, we have this. All of that could be orchestrated.
The same boy, Veronica Ortiz,
feel like it was
the same boy was threatening to shoot up a school last year, and they locked them away for a day and a half. So yes, it is very, very well was premeditated.
Oh.
About what?
She said that the same guy who did the shooting was someone who was threatening to shoot up a school a year ago, and they locked him up for a day and a half. So this situation was premeditated.
Meaning that it looks more like. Go ahead, Kate.
No, go ahead.
It seems, and with that being said, those are terroristic threats. How do you not prosecute? That's like terrorism. I'm going into this. I'm planning to go into this school and shoot up a school. You found the information that proved that that's what I'm gonna do, and I stay in jail a day or two, and you let me go home. It's like they saying, "Go ahead and do it. We got to go ahead and do it."
Yes, Veronica Ortiz says yes. And if we go into starting to consideration of the technicalities of who we are when we associate and identify in the classifications they have for us, we're 3/4 of a person. So some of these things are bylaws, and what they are doing, like a police officer is not to serve and protect us. They're to serve and protect the badge, the order and the law. Their target practice is death. The dog attacks your calf, which is your immune system. It's to take you out. So we got to really look at what it really is for what it is and know that these people are doing, like you say, orchestrated. They're doing their job. It's sick that they're able to do it, but it's also, that's a whole nother thing. The topic tonight, though, about the mental health and whether it's black or white, you know, I wanted to not really look at it. It's a human thing. We all got problems, some type of way, a little bit of mental health. But the ones who have it to the extreme and act upon it, like with these shootings, are the ones that need help. But we're closing down our mental health hospitals. There's no help for them. The medicines that they are prescribing that can help
Psychotropic.
and have side effects that create the monster that they're trying to oppress.
Right.
And so it's a lose situation for them. A lot of their mental health has to do with trauma, not being able to accept or handle things, but all that is a chemical imbalance. And that also goes to our food supply, our water, our environment. And so everyone is being affected. It's not a black or a white thing. It's humans. It's what's going on with us.
But when we talk about this, Juicy, we all already know that everybody has mental health issues in every community. That's life.
Every
But
family.
we're talking about the treatment of how we go about treating each race differently. I guarantee you that you don't see as many black people kill black people. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Black folks kill black people. You know why black folks kill black people? Because we don't get that much time for killing one another. Black people don't go in and do drive-bys in white neighborhoods. You know why? Because you never come home from that. So when white folks go on mass shooting sprees, because they are the ones that do it more than anybody, they're considered mentally ill, and they are the ones that get the treatment in facilities to where they stay 2-3 years after killing everybody because the judge and the DA renders them mentally insane at the time that they were doing it. They go into a mental facility for 3 to 5 years, come out, and they get to live a normal life. You go on a killing spree, and they find that you saying you mentally ill. They go find a doctor to say that you're not, and try you and find you guilty and put your ass in an electric chair or put you on a gurney and lay you down and inject you and kill you. So the treatment of mental health is not the same when it comes to white people, because we're not allowed to use mental illness as a defense mechanism the way that white people are. So mental health for everyone is not the same. Yes, everybody has mental issues, whether it's big or small, but we're not put up under the same microscope. And
I wasn't sure if the question was, are they treated different, or is there a difference in suffrage? So that's why I was saying no,
it's
there's
both
not a
of them.
difference in.
We're talking about both ways, and that's why I was trying to get. Go ahead.
The treatment of how one is treated versus the other. They're already deemed as wild and crazy, so it's like a mark on us to the point where, like you said, it's a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
It's their opportunity to advance, and so for blacks, we have to be more managing of our mental health. We have to know we have a problem. We have to control our problem. our problem control us, where the others just kind of just don't really care. I think that the accountability of entitlement that they receive, like you say, they get away with it more than what a black person does, gives them the okay to do what they do. So I think that's why we see a lot happen more out of being a mental health issue than that. But now hate crimes and going out, like, I don't even see that as, I don't see this person having a mental, that this guy didn't have no mental illness. He's crazy to, yeah, there's something wrong with him, but not to the point that he didn't know what he was doing. His mental illness was a hateful, which hate is a disease. Yep, they will go and build a case against us from when we were 5 years old and took bubble baths from the candy store to make sure that we got put away for life or the death penalty. Veronica.
Damn, Veronica, way back.
5 years.
One
But they do.
I wish they had a situation or some type of system where when people commit crimes, you know, you have to go before the jury and the jury makes the decision on your outcome, your fate. I wish there was some type of way where, let's say if someone did a crime, they don't go before the media, so that means no one knows if it was a male or female, black or white, Hispanic or whatever. Your name is not even released or published, anything, just that a crime took place. Boom. And you go to court, and then that you're tried like a Zoom, where they, again, no one sees you and don't see your avatar. They just hear your voice, and you can talk or whatever, and even your voice is kind of distorted just a tad bit. So now the jury has to give an impartial decision, because again, they don't see you, they don't know what you look like, they don't know if you're black or white, anything, and they're just going to give an impartial decision on your outcome. And I think then it'll be then and only then will it be fair.
Yes, I was just trying to say that even if we're innocent, they will still try to find something to put us away.
Exactly. Right. Every chance they get.
Listen to what. Let's go back, and I want to say I think her name was not Tamir, right? It was the black lady where the police officers pretty much broke in her house and shot through her house and killed her about a year or two ago, and they had the trial, and they didn't convict the officer for shooting and killing the young lady. They convicted the officer because the bullet went through that lady's house and shot a white lady in another room over in another house. And they find every reason to not, she was dating a dude that was a drug, that had nothing, and that was the drug dealer dude that they were talking about lived there. They had them broke up a whole year and wasn't no longer living there anymore. And that was their reason for being able to do that to her, and they did not go to jail for it. And all it shows is the system is always, and it will always be, until I guess God put his hands on something and say, you know what, that's enough. The system is built for them. So they get to critique it at every angle, every facet of life, because they're the ones who make the rules of the game. I've never played Monopoly, and Monopoly told me I can make up my own rules and do what I want to do on their board.
Right.
You don't get to do that. So if you are still 1/4 of a human being, because the Constitution has never changed. We have never, even though we so-called got these so-called rights and things, nobody has revised the Constitution to change the fact that we're humans. And just because you say we're humans and we know we're human, don't necessarily mean that they still view us as humans.
Right.
Understand this. You have to ask yourself this question. We're dealing with the same individuals that injected syphilis and other diseases in black communities to see if black people acted the same way to this disease as white people did. And then
1 foot 5 to 7.
And Mello, if you're not gonna come on here with information on the mental health, we're just stay on off the show tonight, bro. We're about business on here, not joking all the time. We're talking about mental health. Also, you know, so what make you think that these same individuals who did these type of things to black people, brown people, are gonna give you the mental health treatment that you need? No.
Care nothing about you.
Huh?
They don't care nothing about you.
Care nothing about you. And if you look around, I don't care what we talk about, it's because you can't move this. There's not been yet a black bill that benefits black folks that can protect them. It's over 237 bills that's been placed before Congress and the Senate in the last 10 to 15 years that have never been passed. Not even this one that George Floyd was killed in front of the whole world. His bill didn't pass. So what make you think that their mental health treatment or being treated the same to when each individual have mental health issues are gonna be the same? No.
You know, I remember I was in North Carolina and government was paying for mental health in the black community, paying like money for it, and anybody could get services and get help. And these agencies were building up, popping up. But instead of offering genuine help for mental health that these people needed, they were just doing it for the money. And they weren't creating change in the community, change in the people. They were just capitalizing, collecting revenue. So it's like we get that opportunity to help ourselves, and that's what we necessarily have to do. I have a friend, I have two friends who have mental health, but they're in the Orlando area. If I'm not mistaken.
One right there. One right there.
I'm talking about agencies that are opened up.
Oh, those are the ones that
I have a small practice, but not as large as theirs. Mine is included in the whole Enliven Wellness program. But these young ladies are actual psychologist doctors, and they have facilities where they are meeting and seeing patients and having programs and group meetings and stuff. But they're in the Orlando area. But we got to do it for ourselves. We got to outreach. We have to do the mentorship, not just to the children, but to our peers, because everybody's stressed and have some form of mental going on with them. And once the chemical starts to be in imbalance, it's not only the tooth hurts. Your tooth hurts, your hair hurt, you get a fever, more things take place. And that's the same with mental health. So we got to reach out. We got to do it.
Well, one thing in the black community that is, and this goes way back to grandmama days, is the reason why a lot of black folks are not aware that they even have mental illness or have issues with their mental health is because grandma has always taught us, take it to the Lord in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer changes things. Go to the altar, ask the pastor for some blessed oil. Go get some rest, drink some water, go boo-boo. We need to go sit on somebody's sofa and talk for about an hour.
Well, sit on her sofa.
She's not licensed.
To hear what I got to say?
She ain't no specialist, and she can't prescribe me nothing after she hear what I got to say. Because after she hear what I got to say, she gonna say, "Go boo boo." That ain't solve nothing.
So,
oh my lamb, oh my lamb.
Everything every time I told my mom I had an issue with anything, Mama, I got a headache, go boo boo. Mama, my stomach hurt, go boo boo. Mama, I don't feel good, go boo. Is shit the answer to everything?
Let it go.
So I guess
hold on to it.
So I guess when you go sit on the doctor couch and he tell you or she tell you go boo boo,
then that makes it official.
Say what?
Then that would make it official.
Oh my lamb.
Oh, if the doctor said that's official, I need to go.
Boy, this shit crazy.
But yeah, Sarah, that was her solution to everything, anything. I got a little scratch on my elbow. Baby, go boo boo. I need a Band-Aid.
I just did it after I boo boo.
Right?
Mama, your back hurt? Yeah, baby. Then go boo boo. Get your ass in that room. Get your man himself.
Yes.
But Mama, I was just giving you the same diagnosis you was giving me.
Exactly.
Right.
Work for me, gotta work for you.
But it's sad, and I mean, I just don't know, Juice. I hear you on we have to do for ourselves, and me and you always bump heads right here. This is where I bump heads at. We're now in a time in life where we have more profound, professional, millionaire, black billionaires and things to where we can, or we should be doing more for our black community. We should be hiring more black doctors, more Hispanic doctors, whoever is the best candidate for the job. We should be building up these communities with these little small things to deal with these type of issues in place to where people can be treated for these illnesses. But these drugs have to come from somewhere. And
well, see, I gotta interrupt you because I'm not an advocate for the drugs.
Well, I know you're not.
So there's so many other things that we can do in the community that can surpass the drugs, because we need to raise the vibration. First off, the energy of depression is a kundalini, and it starts in the core. And if we aren't rooted in security of ourselves as an individual, then at that point we have chaos within our whole body. That's our root chakra system. So if we are not we're having low vibration, low energy because we're eating bad foods, our environment isn't good, then we're gonna have problems. That's nothing. No medicine's gonna change that. When the kids go home, there's no one there. We gotta change that. No medicine's gonna change that when she gets off work. He didn't go to work. He sat there and got drunk, and now he's about to beat her ass. We got to make these changes. We have to intervene. No medicine is going to change that. The person. Now, the thing about it is, we as a people, we resist change. No one wants to be forced to change. It has to be what we want to do. And at that point, in change, what do? We don't know what to do. All we know to do is this. So that's where we have to start creating things to do. Drum circles, raise vibration, music, starts dance, that's a gathering. People start coming together. They could be more gatherings like that. Meditation. People go to church, but there's so many barbecues. We could just have a weekend barbecue. There used to be a group of guys who would meet up and just set up the grill. I think Jet used to do that too, Jet Hall. and meet at the beach and set up the grill and just barbecue, and anybody can come. And people will come, they bring their kids, start creating community.
Cake, I all of that sounds good. And if the people would
I'm
catch
gonna keep
on,
preaching it.
if the no, I ain't saying don't do it. It sounds good. But if the people would catch on to it, because I can't see you telling Negroes, let's have a seance and chant and do all this other stuff and vibration. Niggas gonna look at you crazy.
They fear the
We
unknown.
used to meet every Thursday on Northwood, every Thursday. And this, I was drumming over there in like 2010 early. I mean, it's been going on. It was a white man who used to let us just have the back and just be open, and we'd be out there. He is moved to another location now, bigger to accommodate more people, but it could be more going on. It's going on in Port St. Lucie. I'm in Washington, D.C. They drum on Sunday. There's a nationwide drumming going on online.
I grew up in a church where there were plenty drums, and the drums ain't never healed me.
Different vibrations.
No. I'm talking about as a young man who, at this time, I was thoroughly into serving God the way that I was told to serve God. So when I went to church, I didn't go to church to, oh, let me see what the pastor gonna be saying wrong today, because I didn't have that intellect at that time. But I've never been healed from a chant, and my vibrations were always high because I'm always a high spirited person. Now, all of that, what you're saying may be true, but I'm asking you, how do you get the masses of Black people to believe what you are saying? Because when we look
at everyone's most high. When I speak, and when you say you were going and you were praising in those drums, maybe that was to the wrong God. You need to praise to the God in you. We talking about uplifting the individual. Not God is already the most high.
This is exactly why this movement gonna take forever, because we have to do something other than tell people. Listen, if you ain't taking them back to Africa and letting them see that shit happen in Africa, you can forget that shit here.
You gotta reprogram them.
That's not gonna happen here.
What I saw happen in West Palm with the group. The drum circle started out being just a group of people, and they were meat eaters, they were drummers, and I think a murder had took place, and it might have been Corey's murder, but something happened and it touched home, and it was like we were meeting to talk about what are we gonna do, because the community, we need to stand up. Like, we can't let this happen in our community. What was going on? And one of the things we discussed was eating together. You know, that everybody being on the same accord. We need to, people go here, people go here, people go there. But if we started creating like a soup kitchen where people could come and eat, so I incorporated veganism, changing the diet and eating in a better lifestyle.
That's something I want to try.
Now the whole drum circle, people who not everyone who comes is vegan, but when they serve the food and everything that's there, so the transition is set. It's just got to catch on. The seed is planted. It's going to grow. It is.
When?
Look, I can't. Time is an illusion. How about I challenge you for the win? Set up something.
I tell you what. I'll take your challenge on. I'll take your challenge on.
Do a watermelon. Do a watermelon fest. Only watermelon.
Do a watermelon
what? Go out to Clewiston and get a truckload of watermelon for $1 each. Unless they win it, they might be 50 cents. Now, I don't know. But get your, get your truckload, a pickup truck of watermelon, and then go to the park and do a watermelon fest. Just have watermelon for everybody. Everybody like watermelon. You can have watermelon cocktails, like put some liquor in it for the adults, watermelon cups for the kids, and have balloons. Something to get people to come out and get involved and have something good. And talk about, hey y'all, let's come together, let's do this, let's create our family. Try it.
I remember.
Go ahead, Tony.
I remember years ago, there was an organization called Palm Beach County Afro Arts Festival Organization. They was based out of Pleasant City. They had an office over there, and I can't remember who ran it, but every year they would have a Black cultural festival in the back of Gaines Park, where they would set up like little huts, so it looked like the African village, and each hut was a different vendor, where they sold different things, different paraphernalia, different products. Some was African type stuff, jewelry, clothes, paraphernalia, shirts, Juneteenth, and it went on for like 3 nights, 3 or 4 nights, like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and every night, of course, they had different entertainers. Your entertainers or your entertainment on Sunday, of course, was mostly gospel during the day. Then they went to R&B probably that night, but Friday and Saturday was your hip hop or your reggae or whatever. But they had Black entertainment all weekend, and they had, like I said, food trucks, vendors. They served alcohol. You had to have your ID. They had like a Pepsi truck, a Coke truck, hot dogs, cotton candy. It was almost, it was a Black festival, and whoever was over the organization, the nonprofit organization, died, and it died.
Mm-hmm. You know why it died?
But Sunfest ain't never died.
You know why?
Sunfest
You know why
is
it
the
died, Tony?
celebration of Flagler. All these Black people go out and spend all their money and support what Flagler did.
Guess why it died, Tony?
Why is that?
Nobody was rooted in that shit. Only the person and even the people that he or she, whoever passed away, was teaching to carry on the legacy of this, didn't believe in that shit also. That's why it died. Because it really didn't mean anything to the other people. That's like you having a home and you leaving this home, you building this home, you bought this home, and you raise your kids up in the house. As soon as you die, those children sell your home. When you bought that house so that your children will always have something to come home to and always have a place to rest their head. Because you had the vision doesn't mean the people that you raise or teach to have that vision believe in your vision. They're just riding along for the ride. And one thing about Black people, Juicy, you might be right. We might need to do that. But Black people don't believe in Black people. You don't believe in Black support. You don't believe in spending money with Black businesses. So how the hell we gonna ask them to believe in vibrations and changing what they eat when all they know is what they know? They don't want to be educated. They don't want to be changed. They want to do what they want to do. So yes, you may have a point, Juicy, on not taking medication and trying this and trying that. But the hardest group of people to do anything that's good and great,
Black folks.
I don't argue about that. I agree. I keep them in my prayers every night, from my heart all the way to the core of the universe. Boomerang it back so they can get it double. I promise you, I do.
Well, listen, y'all.
I'm wooing it.
This has been a great night. I wish my other two sisters could have made it tonight. For whatever reason, they didn't attend. I'm pretty sure they got a great reason why not. But we did our thing again. In closing tonight, I just want to bring to the forefront the juiciest cakes in the business, south side of the Mason-Dixon line, Miss Jew Cake.
Blessings, everyone. Oh my goodness, you got me up. I ain't even do my hair today. You can get me here every Tuesday and Friday, 9 o'clock. Sometimes I might be a little late. Not right now. Look, it's 11. They be on it. You see? Okay. Or enliventoyou.com. Hit me up on my website. You can sign up for consultation if you're interested in learning how to start that transition to a better you. I can help you out with that. Or follow me on Instagram at Miss Beautiful, or TikTok, Miss Juicy Cakes, and on Facebook. Let's get this money going.
All right. We appreciate you for showing up. It's better a few minutes late than never. So thank you, Ms. Cakes. All right, we're gonna bring the boss man to the podcast tonight. We're gonna bring him out here pain in my ass. You know, the world know, ATL world know this nigga's a pain in my ass, but I love him. Wouldn't want to change him for trading with nobody. He's also one of my better parts of my heart that makes me see things in a broader perspective than just the way that Legacy wants to see it.
That's a job right now.
The man that makes it possible outside of the greatest man or woman above God, Mr. Anthony Brown. Let him know, baby.
What up? I'm Anthony Brown, yours truly. You can find me on all social medias. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under The Anthony Brown Show. Also, I have a Facebook page called Anthony the Writer. Please definitely like and follow that page as well, because I'm going to be doing a lot of things there. You know, I'm a YouTuber, I'm an influencer, a mentor. And the words that I also live by, and I hope you grasp hold of in the vision, and that's you got to grind until you shine. You know, for business purposes only, reach out to me at 561-768-3710. There you go.
All right. Also, you want the best oils in the business. You want a great person to take care of your business. Notaries, mortgages, things of that nature. Hit him up. He definitely has all of that going on. But y'all know me. I'm the one and only Legacy the Great. You can reach out to me and hit me on Facebook up under Audrine Williams. You can reach out to me on YouTube.
Wait a minute. There we go. I'm like, what?
Legacy the Great. You can also reach out to me on YouTube up under Antonio Williams. You can hit me in my email address at legacyunlocked@mail.com. Business purposes only. Hit me up at area code 229-630-7615. Tonight, I just want to bring to the attention of, you know, we're talking about mental health, and May is Mental Health Month, but every month, every day is Mental Health Month, because this is something that people live with every day. So if you have a loved one, a friend, yourself, and they're not balanced, or it seems some, talk to them, encourage them to go and speak to someone to get some help before it's too late. I know we as Black people a lot of times tend to like to stay out of people's business, and then when we don't stay out of people's business, we in people's business for the wrong reasons. Get into your families and friend business to make sure that they're on even playing ground. I would definitely dip in Savage, Teamo, Juicy, Tony business, Darren, Chris, Jeanette. I definitely would dip into their business, not because I'm nosy, but because I love them.
Ain't nosy.
Because I love them, and don't be afraid to talk to them. And that show, we out. Appreciate the ATL world. ATL. Hold on. I forgot. Kamal Akbar. Just because Savage and Teama didn't make the show tonight, don't mean that your ass did not show up either. Y'all are suspended. Since you couldn't wipe your nose with that tissue tonight, you just didn't want to wipe your ass. Good night, ATL. Hope.
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T Savage, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best at this shit. fact. Y'all, and there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you ever catch, just spell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes to 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Either dead on the scene since you wanna be actors. This the message. I'm talking open hills and things. The schools over feeling foggy. I'll be patiently waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. Going against me once when you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from me rappers. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot. ATL, ho.